Honestly, I want to start it, but I haven't really. I'm literally gonna give it a clean and just try and get it to a point. There's just bits everywhere that's been butchered out, and some of it will go back together. It's not a big deal. It just needs doing. I've taken the reels out of it. I'm probably just gonna give it a quick clean up, to be completely honest, before I start doing anything else. Like I said, it's just a bit gammy inside, and I don't like it like that, so I'm going to sort it out and sort all of the builder's dust. And meters have been cut by Ginge last night. Cheers, Ginge. So yeah, there's a bit to do, but there's no point me showing you me cleaning it all up, because, well, it's fairly boring in it. I want to show you the good stuff, like putting it back together and what I'm having to do to hopefully make it a fruit machine again. Well, there's no hopefully about it. I will make it a fruit machine again. To be continued. My initial intention was I'd do it in a day. I can't really leave alone. That's the problem. So this is where we're at. We're a bit cleaner. Took the reels out for the time being. There's the bolts that are going to bolt across the top here to put the shell back on. I put a couple of looms in. So to put a loom in, all you're literally doing is you're feeding it around. Somebody will have put like a little junction in. Now that's coin mech. That's your coin mech plug. Okay, I know impacts pretty well, so I can just look at a plug and I can tell you what it does. But somebody who doesn't mess with impact all the time would go, well, there's a plug, what's it for? And there's loads of plugs on the board. But the good thing, one, they made the machines, and this is every manufacturer, they only made it so one plug would fully fit onto the actual part of the board, so you can't accidentally put it onto the wrong plug. Now with impact, because they did them like this, they're pretty much foolproof. You've got 3 notches on one side there, you've got 2 on the other. It can only go in one way. You can't put it in back to front, you can't short anything out. It's pretty idiot proof. So that one, for example, the coin mech one, goes all the way around the housing here, goes all the way up there, it's all the way across there, and it goes into there. That's where it goes to. Okay, so that's already in, don't need to worry about it. We do need to rebuild this area, but it's not a big deal. We've got Ginger's little ADHD attack where he destroyed my earthing, so I'm gonna have to put all that back in, because I mean, we destroyed it and it's just earthing parts of the cabinet to parts of the cabinet. Anyway, that's minor. So I've got power loom back in there. I've got all my reels in, although not the actual reels themselves, but looms in there. That's all good. We're in a pretty good place. And then we have obviously got this area which we're going to have to repair. The good thing is here, this looks really daunting. So anybody looks at this and goes, what the hell is all that? All I need to do is strip the wires back and then match up the wires. All of them cables in there have all got little codes on them. So that's black and red, for example. We should be able to just, that's brown and red. We should just be able to match them all up. It's not a mega job. It's just an annoying, I suppose, time-consuming job. It's going to require a solder iron and a little bit of work, and I'll get that back together. But that's for down the line. That's not a right now job. Down in the bottom, we've got a few bits and pieces. Meters plug we know is cut. We can put that back together easy enough. Not worried about that one in the slightest. That needs to go back on. But this job really is going to be, let's make this a complete machine again. So let's get the actual top on. Now, the way that the tops work on these is you have a series of holes across the top here, and you literally feed a bolt through and you just bolt them on. And then you need to reattach your gas rams there and there, which is again a pretty easy job. 2 of them are on bolts, the rest of them are on screws. Screw it in and that's it, it's done. Your gas ram's in and it's a complete machine again. And to do this, that's probably like my first goal really. Right, so this looks pretty daunting, doesn't it, at the moment. Got the top glass out, everything's kind of everywhere. We've got a trail of looms there and they're all cut, and then you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolt heads. So all I need to do, I recommend you should use 2 people for this, but I haven't got 2 people. I've got me, and then you've got, obviously, you've got those 2 gas rams. So all you need to do, put the gas rams down, so they'd be in this sort of position here. And then all I'm going to do is lift it up onto the top and try and feed it through the holes. Like I said, it should be easy, much easier with 2 people, but I ain't got that luxury, so you ain't going to see me do that bit. I've deduced. So I think, and thinking is where I'm at the moment, I think I've got that right, but I'm not 100% sure, because now I'm thinking, does that attach into that? Is that right? Is that wrong? That area might be completely wrong. I can see that you look like you go up here somewhere, so I'm thinking, like, again, you can't necessarily get these wrong, but I'm thinking that probably goes into there. I know that goes here because it's a bit obvious, that one, isn't it? It's bollocks. So I don't actually know if I've got that right or wrong yet. Not 100%. Looks right, think it's right, but not 100% sure if it's right, or whether I need to use some of them there. Because I don't know. So I didn't pull this bit apart, so I don't actually know. But I've fed all them back into there where they should go. I've fed them in, so I just need to tidy all that up in a bit. I've got, as you can see, so I've got a lot of loom that I don't know where the loom goes. But it looks less of a mess, doesn't it, than it did, and that's where I'm at the moment. But yeah, there's going to be a fair bit of stuff that needs reattaching to other stuff, but we are semi there. It's almost a fruit machine, isn't it now? You can believe me. So my next job after that is get this bolt in, do this bolt, and then when I've done this bolt here, I'm going to have to put the front of the coin mech holder on, because the reason that had to come off in the first place, I'll have to do this as well first, but the reason I had to do that part was because I can't actually reach that bolt when it had the fascia on the front, so that's had to come off. But then we can start putting a few bits in, locating and sourcing bits that are now missing off the unit, and where things go, because I honestly don't know how everything goes. Also, while we're here, let's take that out that Captain Ginge wrecked, so I can't even do it with one hand. That's probably why he couldn't do it. No, I'm just spinning. Have to get another drill bit to get the other one out, but yeah. So, because he wrecked that as well, I need to rebuild that. It's all good fun, isn't it? A slight snag. So, I have a crimping kit. So I have a crimping tool and I have crimps. Although they're for strip pins, not for those things. So, basically, that, which I want to attach to that, I can't attach to it because, well, I can. I could solder the whole damn thing up and do that with it. That would work. I could try and unpick that and then recrimp it again, which might be a bit of a ball ache. I need to find a solution. I'll be back. Why? Cheated. Figured it'd work. Figured you'll never see it because it's going to be sat somewhere back there. So yeah, cheated. I don't entirely know where that's going, but we're earthing, so that's that bit sorted. Now, I'm assuming that has to go somehow way down the back here, because I know it attaches into there. So I need to find a safe-ish, convenient way of hiding that all the way around there so it gets to here, because I'm assuming it ran all the way down there, and I'm assuming, well, within that bundle of joy I'll have my refill barrel as well, so I'm going to try and figure out where to put that next. Great news! So I fed it all the way around the back there, all the way down there, and then I'm just going to have to join it. I'm going to join it the same way as well. I think that's the shout here. It's all attached, and just to show you that we're heading in somewhat the right direction, that just needs joining to there, so that just needs joining up. and then the earth will work, and I just need to connect it all back to the points, back to the PSU, when I put the PSU in there later on. Won't be right away. Captain Insanity managed to snap that one. But yeah, it's what it is. We'll have some earthing, and if you ever wonder why you ever touch a cabinet and it electrocutes you, it gives you a little shock, it's because the metal's not been earthed properly. That's what the whole point of doing this is so it all earths. So, you know, the battle axe at retro slots that gives me electric shock, it's because something's not properly earthing, whereas this one will do because it's all going to be connected up, so all the metal work's going to be earthed. Assembly jobs go. We've got that in. I've put a bolt in. I don't know if it's too deep. I hope it's not, but it should be okay. So that's all in. That's all in. All wiring's there. So I'm just gonna bang a coin mech in. I assume the one I've got. In fact, yeah, I assume the one I've got's not gonna be on new quids anyway. So I'll have to sort that at some point. But that's not going to stop us at this point. I'm at time to sack it for work. So the bolt was definitely in the way, so I got rid of the bolt. I need to find a bolt and put it in the other way around. There isn't actually much clearance there though. So that's all in. That's for a chute, by the way. You don't tend to see them on 435As, and then that's obviously the wiring to go into there. So essentially, other than that's not plugged in at the moment, that's done. I've still got my little bundle of joy here to unpick. That's going to be heaps and heaps of fun, because I don't know where all of it goes, but I'll just have to do it bit by bit. And I've still got the couple of looms that are sat in that lot that are cut, which is going to make the job a tiny bit more fun. But I guess my next job's going to be to slowly send all these where they're meant to go. Like you've got, just seen them, I don't know where I'll see them again. That, for example, probably, that is definitely gonna go behind there. So I mean, like, there are clues to all of this, and I've just got to figure it all out bit by bit. When I've figured it all out bit by bit and I've reattached everything, the theory, because that's all it is at this point, the theory is it should all go back together, and it should just be a case of me banging in loads of parts. I'm also going to do an upgrade on these trays. I'll talk you through that later. I'm going to put a plastic tray in there, as opposed to these stupid clips, because these are a real problem. I'll snap that off and get rid of it, by the way. Get rid of that, because they're just a problem. But I'll talk you through all this as I go, so rebuild it. Right, okay, so I'm on the next day or the day after. Couldn't even tell you. Can't tell you. I'm on Saturday, so I ain't got a clue when I actually started this. I think it was Thursday. So where I was up to, I've got the coin mech in. That I've not secured yet, but it's not doing any. If I never put one in there, it wouldn't really matter, the truth be told. Anyway, so really my next job is going to be to start tackling this little debacle and figuring out where everything goes, because until I've started that and I've figured out what's going where, I can't really do a great deal. So I need to sort this out. That's my next job. Also, stuff that needs reattaching, I need to at least get myself into a position tonight where they're in the right places to be soldered in before we start doing anything else. Ginger sent me a video of the other one which didn't get destroyed, working after he needed a little bit of help and couldn't figure out a couple of bits, but that one is now working, and obviously mine isn't, so I want to get mine at least to a point. I'm sorry, I'm just putting bulbs in bulb holders as I'm talking, where I figure out where some of this goes. So this is a bit of a painstaking one, but I'll try and show you as I'm going where things are going, but I can't actually show you as I'm doing it because it'll just be a shit video, won't it? And some of it will have clues. So for example, there's going to be clues to where some of these go. All of the black plugs, by the way, so they're the ones that we're actually using, and luckily I know roughly what they are. Lamps and switches are connected, for example, so that I think's a lamp loom. That's my other lamp loom, definitely. So I just need to start piecing where everything goes. Ironically, they'll probably be the last things that I do. Got a small one there, and obviously as I feed them all back through, once I've figured out where they're going to and what they are, So for example, that yellow one looks like, that yellow one is, I think, that one, which is my meters. So I'll strip that out because there should never have been a need to cut that. But obviously it did get cut. So I need to figure out where that's going. And then I need to go from kind of there with it. So that, for example, there, the only reason it got cut is because that was never unravelled. So anyway, I'll start piecing where everything goes and putting them hopefully in the right place. I've got out pretty straightforward, so I've just fed that in there, and then all of that's going nowhere. But all of these will then, say I'm barefoot, all of these, been a beautiful day and I've been at work. I've pretty much come home to start this, so all of that will now feed down through the hole there, and then it will come out under there, so we can reattach it all. Obviously we've still got to do that earth that's down there because I've not done that yet. There's loads of little bits, but as I start getting things in the right place, it'll all start hopefully coming together for me. That loom is in, and I think, I don't know, that might, so it seems to be coming over here anyway, out of that loom. It's either going to go to the bottom door switches, which would make sense, or the top ones, which are there. And obviously with that all going down there, I would assume that's going to go to the bottom ones, but I don't 100% know at the moment where they're going, so I'm just going to leave them there and work on the next loom. I've deduced. So I think, and thinking is where I'm at the moment, I think I've got that right, but I'm not 100% sure, because now I'm thinking, does that attach into that? Is that right? Is that wrong? That area might be completely wrong. I can see that you look like you go up here somewhere. So I'm thinking, like, again, you can't necessarily get these wrong, but I'm thinking that probably goes into there. I know that goes here because it's a bit obvious, that one, isn't it? It's bollocks. So I don't actually know if I've got that right or wrong yet. Not 100%. Looks right, think it's right, but not 100% sure if it's right, or whether I need to use some of them there. Because I don't know, because I didn't pull this bit apart, so I don't actually know. But I've fed all them back into there where they should go. I've fed them in, so I just need to tidy all that up in a bit. I've got, as you can see, so I've got a lot of loom that I don't know where the loom goes, but it looks less of a mess, doesn't it, than it did, and that's where I'm at the moment. To me, some of it makes some sense, some of it still doesn't make 100% amount of sense. Right, so I now have got, there you go down there, there you go down there, and then if you go down all the way down there, I've got more stuff. And the problem is, I'm not sure what's what. That's part of the problem. So I've got it within there. Within this, everything else I've kind of ascertained where it all goes, and other than I've not put that into there yet, because that has to go through there. That's definitely one of my lamp looms. That's through there now. So I should have 2 lamp looms through there, and so those 2 are my lamp. Those 2 are for my lamps. I'll have my coin mech in there, I'll have my hopper in there, I'll have my orcs in there, and then there'll be one other one in there. So that's, they are all correct, so that's good. And on the other side, what else will I have? Reels, 1, 2, 3 and 4, they're my reels. My meters plug, I've got my sound going down there, that's my power. So I've got all that sorted, all that lot is all correct and making some sense. The only, that's going in there, that's correct. I'm still not sure about that yet. Mainly because I've got all that lot. That doesn't 100% look right, so I need to be a little bit careful, because what I don't want to do is assume that is correct. Even though it looks correct, don't want to assume that's correct, because what I don't want to do is make something go kablamo. I have got other ones of these, but my intention is not to blow them up, because I'll probably do more damage. And then I've like a second set of them there, because they're all exactly the same. or incredibly similar if they're not the same. Yeah, I wonder if there's two different revisions and it put two different, because they're all bundled together. So I wonder if there's just two different revisions for it, and I will go with the revision that's probably correct. Is going to be whichever one actually fits correctly to it. Or they're both going to work. Right, not sure with them at the moment, but it's a minor issue. But I'm going to assume what I have done here is going to be correct, rather than I know it's definitely correct, because at the moment I don't know, and I haven't got another one for reference. But it looks like to me that they could be used exactly the same way as those, possibly. Yeah. Anyway, right, I'm going to assume that I don't need them at the moment. I'm just going to assume they're not part of the master plan to make this machine work. And then obviously I am slowly tucking everything in and trying to get it in the right place. And then as you go up there, I'm almost in the same position there. I know that's going to go across there. I will tidy that up and put it in between here, which I suspect it already would have been at some point to the speaker. But all I'm trying to do at the moment is piece together where everything goes. So I'm not 100% certain where any of these go at the moment. So there will be clues, but unfortunately the clues, a lot of the time it's going to trace back to a specific plug or loom, and because all of these are effectively switches, they're always going to go back to the same place on the machine. We've not put the hopper back into it yet. It's not a down the line job, and then that was never disconnected. So that was never disconnected. But we will again probably tidy that up and make that go somewhere nicer. What we have got is loads of clips as well. So these clips I'm slowly taking off stuff, and as you can see, that's where they live. It's dead easy thing to do with these. They come on like a sticky pad, like an M3 pad. So you can either get another pad, or if you're never going to move it, why would you bother with a pad? Just glue the damn thing down, because it's never going anywhere, and it's only a clip, and it just neat and tidies everything up for you. So, like for me, I'm pretty much at the end of my night in terms of I've had half an hour at this, and I'm just piecing it back together. And once I'm happy I've got it all in the right-ish places, because, for example, things that would only just fit, so that might only just fit to one place per se, that one again, then that's on a clip, which there's a clip there, is that those, it's about the right length, and then obviously something has to go down to the bottom, so you're going to work out that that's the longest one, so that's probably the most likely to be going to the bottom. I don't even know where that's going to. I mean, that looks like the bottom door switch, would guess. Just piecing it together. That is basically what I'm doing right now. When I get it all where I'm happiest with it and I think it's correct, and obviously I'll start using a board for reference to put it all in, and then I'm going to take these off. I'm going to probably show you that. Dogs have decided to kick off because next door's let the dogs out. Let me show you. Right, so this is a tray, and they brought these in, I think, at Electra's. Now, your biggest problem with a JPM, and nobody will ever tell you, mainly because most people don't know, is that damn thing there. So, obviously, that's metal, and what happens when the boards get attached is they get attached at all four corners. Now, some boards will have screw holes that go into the four places. Now, this, it doesn't take an absolute genius to figure this out, but that's metal here. So you can see the other ones in the corner there. Okay. Now, you see how they're cut out around there. So that's, my dog's not even about half hour now. That is meant to sit in there, so it will sit effectively as we are now. It'll sit there. Okay. And now what I do, this is what I've always kind of done, because I had an issue with one of these myself, and it was like once bitten, twice shy. So what I do is I'm gonna, it's a bit loose this, but not asked, is I'm gonna pull with some pliers. I don't know where my pliers are. I'm going to pull all of these stupid little clips out, and hopefully it's hard to do it left-handed when I'm on bloody camera, but take it for granted, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take every single one of them clips out there, and there isn't going to be a single solitary clip left in this machine when I'm done. Can't get them out left-handed and on camera, but they're all going to go. And then this little bastard that lives here, I'm going to snap that off and all, get rid of that, because that will short out a main board quite happily. Will short out a main board, and they do. And people put the screws through them, and all it takes is a bit of wear around that kind of area, and you unearth a little bit of copper, and then as soon as the copper touches that, it's game over. And anybody, Wayne Marshall will tell you, anybody that I ever help with a JPM impact board, I pretty much make them promise that they're not going to use these when they put the boards back in, just because, unfortunately, that's metal and it goes kablamo. Take very long, but there you go, that's how it should look. And then all I'm going to do, and I haven't got any at the moment with me, but I'm going to get some glue, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue across all of them, and then I'm going to stick this into there behind there. I'll show you, I'll just do a quick video and just show you where it'll live, and then that's done. And then that cannot get shorted out because there is nothing touching the board other than plastic, and it just sits on these plastic clips. It's the best thing they ever did, and that thing was the worst thing they ever did. So that pretty much shows you how to at least keep it looking good. But I'll show you in, even though it's only going to be in temporary. And that's an upside down, so it's meant to be the other way around. Not that it matters, but it gives you the idea. So that sits against there, that'll be held against there, so it'll be pinned, and then all you'll do is clip your board to it. But I mean, it doesn't actually matter which way round it is. But yeah, nothing can short. That's a general gist. Hopeful. They go to there, reference being that that's the only cable that actually is long enough for there. They go to the bottom door switch, which I'm confident because they're all the same length. And then the ones that are down here, which are all together now, they go to, sorry, the bottom door switch. So that sorts that door switch out. And then obviously now there's a lot of rejoining when I get some time to rejoin. It's going to be a little bit gluing. But I think all my looms are in the right place. And that's kind of half a battle. And yes, I've got a little tiny bit of tidy up work to do, and pulling a couple of cables straight and whatever else, but I mean it feels right, it looks right. So I'm going to say that part of the rebuild is done, and that takes me kind of to go and sit down, have a cup of tea, and forget about the world for a bit, I guess, because yeah, I mean, it's not been too time consuming, considering the time consuming stuff is obviously going to be rejoining all that lot, getting a solder iron out here, putting a hopper assembly back in, and then going from there and seeing what works, what doesn't work, and fault finding if there are any. But yeah, it's starting to look like a fruit machine, isn't it? So all good in the hood, I reckon. And there's obviously been a bit of tidy up work, a bit of gluing and whatever else. And the glass obviously has been cleaned and sorted. It's pretty good glass, to be fair. Decal needs popping in the right place. But yeah, it's all looking good. I'm enjoying it. It's nice to have a bit of decent weather and being able to do this outside, because it's going to go and live in my dining room when this is done. And probably we're going to end up, well, probably I'm going to have to make room. Someone else is going to have to go at some point soon. But yeah, I mean, at least it looks like it should now, doesn't it? The good thing is I've got most of the parts. I'll start having a look for what I've got. I mean, I've taken a lot of impact parts to various places, and yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. You will see lights at some point. I don't know how long, but hopefully you're enjoying watching me do this, because this is totally different to what I normally do.
kebab! Oh, hot sauce!